This is just a very quick overview of a very easy and fun workshop to do that really gets a lot of business acumen built and also a repeatable campaign, as well as just a repeatable process to follow for contacting and holding an appointment with, in this example, an insurance company. To get the information that we do in preparation as a instructor, I would just Google, what do insurance companies care about? And you can look at challenges for insurance companies. You can look at KPIs for insurance companies, and it's going to give you everything you need to conduct this workshop. I mean, literally, if you Google those words, what do insurance companies care about? What challenges do insurance companies face? What are KPIs for insurance companies? So when you find that information, you've got your cheat sheet. So I had a cheat sheet when I ran this session, and all we do then is get the sales professionals on the phone and we ask them, let's talk about what insurance companies care about. We've all had to deal with insurance companies that somehow, some way. Let's talk about internally, what do insurance companies care about? And what will lead them down the path to come to the fact that, they have experienced talent, and that experienced talent's hard to come by. And if they're going to replace experienced talent, they need to make sure that they're replacing it with people that have good financial acumen. And then we really just relate insurance companies to what we do, because the reps get stumped. But we say, well, let's talk about what we do, right? I mean, what do companies care about? They care about new business, right? And what do we call it in an insurance company? And we get them to policies. So they care about new policies. They care about sales of new policies. They care about targeting profitable clients. What else do they care about, right? And that kind of leads them down the path of marketing to the right people, expanding inside their current accounts. And right about this point in time, the workshop begins to pick up momentum, quite a bit of momentum. People start to get it. Then we start talking about, well, what about their processing of the claims that they get? What do they care about with that? And they'll hit on it. Average time to process it or to settle the claims. They care about renewals. They care about retentions. And then somebody throws out cyber technology. There's a lot of information out there that they're concerned with. So we just capture that information. And what's happening in this workshop is people are learning, and they're learning because they already know the answers. They just have them buried down in their brain, or they're learning from the person next to them that's shouting out the right answers. So we do very little of the answer giving in this workshop, but we help coach them to get them there. And then, as you can see here, what are some of the challenges they deal with? And we got to define it by daily challenges. And then we just coach them down that path again to capturing and searching a database with demographic information, scores that they might be giving out for people to take to come into their organization, or risk assessments on clients, and how do they research that and how do they find that when they need it. Consistency in the interview process when they're assessing a client. The consistency in the risk assessment, claims process, right? So these are the kind of things that they're challenged with. What we always talk to them is, well, when we talk about the challenges, well, what is it that makes it hard for them to do these things? And it might be because they're on paper files and they have a lot of training manuals. They're hard to access, hard to share, a costly process, those kind of things. So again, all the answers, from my experience, everybody seems to have the answers in their heads deep down inside. They just don't know they have them. Until we get to this, and I will admit on this one, we learned by trial and error. And what we found very quickly was we just need to Google this and show them how easy it is to find this. So at this point in time, when we talk about, we define KPIs for them. And we let them know that everybody has KPIs. Those are key performance indicators. And everybody has these success metrics that they're trying to achieve. And we give them some examples. Our service technicians, our billing and support, us as sales professionals, all of us have KPIs. And that includes the people that we're calling on. And we make the point that if we don't understand how that company measures their success, how can we have a conversation with them about how we can get them better at achieving those success metrics? So we call this really the most important part, because it begins to define how we're going to position ourselves and how we're going to formulate our questions later. But again, when we just Google this, it's very simple. You Google how do insurance companies measure success. You can Google how do insurance companies manage regulations. And all that information is right out here. So once you've got that information, you've got it as a cheat sheet for yourself. You just basically coach them to get them there. It's a data-driven culture. They measure the average cost per claim. They look at how much each claim is paid out on that's filed. They look at their claims ratio. So they want to know their number of claims versus the earned premiums for each of that same payment period. They obviously looking to retain top talent. Transitioning talent out is a big KPI for them. How do they manage the talent that's leaving and the talent that's coming in so that they're the most effective transition? They measure their top brokers' sales revenue, average time to process claims, average time to settle claims, the client renewal and retention rate, new policy sales growth, revenue policy holder, and average policy size. Some of this does get a little bit, you got to do some, that's why this is so fun. We have to talk them through what we mean by net income ratio. So the profit per dollar of each earned premium that they take in and what they invest that premium in. Because insurance companies invest in much more than just insuring people and insuring companies. They invest in real estate. They invest in all kinds of different things that are profitable or not profitable. So the whole workshop that we do here probably takes about 30 minutes. And again, they do most of the talking. We do a lot of the coaching and get them to where we want them to get. But then the real fun part is saying, okay, now that we've got all this information, they should have also captured this in a Word document. So you're typing it on a whiteboard if you even need to. I've done this workshop without even having a WebEx. I just had people open up a Word document, type their information into the Word document. And at the end of this, what we send them is something that looks like this. This right here becomes our repeatable campaign. So I won't even go into the information on approaching the decision maker. I'll just show you what we do with the information we just did. So we take the information that we just captured in that workshop. And again, if we understand what the contact cares about, we ensure that we keep the conversation relevant to them and their business. So we just drop that into the what they care about box. The second box is what challenges do they have? Again, these are the areas that keep them from being as efficient and productive and profitable as they can be. And those are all, the granular things that keep them from being profitable, which we've already covered. And then this, again, is the piece that we actually do a live Google on. So we simply Googled these and captured them there. And as you can see right there, everything that we Googled, we captured. And we keep the conversation, again, about their KPIs and their success measures. Then we know it's going to be relevant to them, and it's going to give them a reason to meet with us.